Hey everybody, it's Mr. N, and we're back, and here's another quick video for a Chapter 3 review, just a few extra questions. So let's get started, and the first question says, let f be a differentiable function. If g of x equals 1 plus f of 2 of x to the fourth power, then find g prime of x. So the way we can tackle this problem is clearly we need to find g prime of x, and in this we're going to end up using a chain rule because that's to the fourth power there. So I would take this derivative of the outside part, which would be 4 times 1 plus f of 2x, and this would be to the third power. Now I have to take the derivative of this inside. Well, the derivative of this 1 is 0, and the derivative of this f of x would be f prime of 2x, but then I got to take derivative of this, which would be times 2. That's using the whole chain rule. Cleaning this up, this would give me 8 times f prime of 2x times 1 plus f of 2x to the third power as my final answer. All right, moving on to the second one. We're moving right along. If f of 1 is 3, f of 5 is 2, f prime of 1 is negative 2, f prime of 5 is negative 9, g of 1 is 5, g of 5 is negative 4, g prime of 1 is negative 3, and g prime of 5 is 8, then find the following. All right, for this first one, f plus g, this just means when we have a derivative, it is a distributable function with addition. So this just is going to be f prime of 5 plus g prime of 5. And in this case, I know these two answers. F prime of 5 is negative 9. And g prime of 5 is 8. So plus the 8. This will give me negative 1. All right, moving on to the next one. All right, for this one it says, let's go ahead and slide this up. And it says, if h of x equals f of g of x, then find h prime of 1. All right, so what we can do here is, since we need h prime, let's just find the generalization of h prime of x. Well, this will be the outside, which will be f prime of g of x. Now, the chain rule would be this inside part, this g prime of x. All right, so we have our values from up above, so let's see what we could do. So I need h prime of 1, and in this case, it's going to be f prime of g of 1 times g prime of 1. All right, so f prime g of 1 comes out to be 5 times g prime of 1 comes out to be negative 3. And now I need to do this one. F prime of 5 is negative 9 times negative 3, which would give me positive 27. All right, let's move on. Let's see what the next question is. It says, these we can use a calculator, but let's see, we probably don't need to, but let's go ahead and take a look at what we have here. So for this first one, it says find the local linear approximation of f of x equals 2e to the 2x at the point where x equals 0. All right, so local linear approximation means I'm creating a line at this point 0. So I can try to approximate values that are close to 0. So looking for part B, it gives me here 0.1. If this was something like 3, I'm not going to get a good approximation because my line that I'm creating is at 0. So if this was like f of 3, then I would have to create this at 3. Hopefully we can understand that. So this becomes the slope, and then this is x minus x1. So that's what I'm trying to do, is make this line. Well, I need to get the slope. I have a point. The point is 0 comma something. Well, let's put in the 0 right there, and then I'll get e to the 2 times 0, which is e to the 0, which is 1. All right, so now I need to locally linearize this, which means I've got my point and I need my slope. So f prime of x gives me my slope, and the derivative of this is just going to be e to the 2x times 2 with the chain rule, and I need this to be at the point where x is 0, so I need f prime of 0. This will be e to the 2 times 0 times 2. Well, this is going to be e to the 0, which is 1, so I will get a slope of 2. So now my equation becomes y minus 1 equals 2 times x minus 0. So then this local linear equation is y minus 1 equals 2x so y equals 2x plus 1, which is my approximate linearization equation. You can also call it f of x. So this is the local linearization equation. Now we need to approximate this, and it's giving me a value over here at 0.1. So let's see. And 0.1 is pretty close to 0, so I should get a decent approximation for this. So that means I need f of, right here, 0.1, which is going to be approximately L of 0.1, obviously, which will be 2 times this 0.1 plus 1, which will give me, this will be 0.2 plus 1, which is approximately 1.2. And if you actually go through and plug this in, f of to the original equation, 0.1 equals e to the 2.1, you'll get this rough answer is going to be about 1.105. So my approximation was pretty close. I mean, that's close enough to be able to do it without a calculator. So let's move on and take a look at what we have next. And on this one, it says consider the equation right there. Write an expression for the slope of the curve at any point xy. Okay, so at any point xy means it's asking me to generalize this equation. So let's go ahead and see what we could do to generalize this. And by generalizing it, that means I need dy dx, because this is my equation for the slope at any point xy, which means I need to take a differential here. So let's go ahead and implicitly differentiate this. So here's what we end up with. This becomes 3x squared, and we don't write the x prime or dx over dx, plus, now this I'm going to need to use the product rule. So right here, this is going to be first times the derivative of the second, which would be 1 times y prime. I'm going to go ahead and use y primes instead of dy dx on this problem. And then plus the second, which is y, times the derivative of the x, which is 1, minus, this is going to be 6y to the first power times y prime, and the derivative of 12 is a constant, so that is 0. Now I need to collect all the y primes on the same side, so I'm going to end up with xy prime minus the 6y y prime. Put everything else on the other side, so this will be negative 3x squared, and then this will be minus y. Now solving for y prime, I will get x minus 6y equals negative 3x squared minus y. So y prime, which is my dy dx, which is my slope at any point, is going to be given by this equation, 3x squared minus y, all divided by x minus 6y. There you go. And that is this quick review. Make sure you know how to do these. These will be on your test. Problems like this. So just a couple extra problems I wanted to give you in a video. All right, thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.